guys, I'm not sure what's happening, honestly. Okay, it seems I see someone's actually managed to join. I have no idea what's happening with this stupid game tonight. First killed pool 2 lobby, now I've been broadcasting for 10 minutes. I left my race to become broadcasting. The game says live, but apparently we have one person watching. JWO, how's it going? You're the one and only person able to view the stream for some reason. See, the guys are joining. Welcome everyone. I've been talking to myself for 10 minutes, said broadcasting, and it said people joined, but then when I went back and looked, it was still broadcasting, but showing only Jay in this chat. We've got Panic Potato currently leading by 5 seconds, disappearing into the distance. S&P second place, he's got a half-second penalty. Dynamic Jean currently in a train with Kalen and Thunderdome. Serious Sam right behind them. Sam was chasing Panic Potato down. While I was fixing the stream, something happened. Yeah, thanks Jay. It keeps saying video was removed. I'm not sure why. It said it was broadcasting. The Gran Turismo YouTube gods are definitely against me tonight, but hopefully we get to see the final 11 laps here. Week's been fine. Ken Dog, a little bit tired though. Not everything seems to be having an issue today, but deals have been done at work. Sebastian got his mystery box in 2 days, so shout out to Mr. Superman. Sorry, Kubis, I see thanks for creating, but it was fun, but I didn't see it cuts it off. Were you in a bikini? Maybe that's why it blocked it. Nope, definitely no bikini stings. What's really annoying is I left my race because I didn't want to delay the pool 1 broadcast and then it doesn't broadcast. Sam's made his way back up to 3rd, but then gets a big tank slapper. So all kinds of slipstreaming going on. Thunderdome, Kalen Pace, we've got someone going deep at the back. Sam takes his half-second penalty, Matt serves his. So we've got a breakaway for Panic Potato, but from there, S&P's 1 second ahead. Now Thunderdome and Kalen going side by side into the Porsche curves. I don't know about you guys, I really enjoyed hitting it through here, trying to keep it flat in the dry. Watching the pool 1 guys make it look easy. Kalen in 4th, Sir Sam 5th, Matt don't care 6th, Jensen now goes past Matt. We've got Steel Sam, Ghost Killer, Dynamic Sean all in a pack, so let's see. Rusty's had some issues, he's a minute behind and he's serving a penalty. I'm not sure what's happening there, but it's going to be a long way back. Yeah, still 30 seconds off the lead, also had an issue somewhere. Killer just ahead, so Superman 19 seconds off the lead. Then we go from Dynamic Sean in P10 all the way up to S&P in P2. It's only 5 seconds separating that pack, with S&P opening up a little bit of a gap. Kalen now past Thunderdome. He's going to want to get after S&P. Guys in the chat, let us know how the race went, how you enjoyed it. Did you get wet? Did you crash? Did you survive? JWO is Ferrari strategy, so that's not good. I think I was on for P10 or 11 in pool 2 when the lobby crashed, and we tried to restart it, but it took about half an hour to get the lobby going. By that time I was worrying about this race. Every time I started catching it, went wide early on, catch a pack. I was looking at my watch coming into the last sector near the penalty zone and I clipped the walls, so I decided to rather exit. So Kalen and Sam getting a half-second penalty there. Thunderdome's back up to 3rd. Will he be 3rd at the end of the straight though? Slipstream City. Stings is excited about the Opel update coming. I'm a lifelong Opel fan, so I'm happy they're coming, but they better bring the Calibra and the Astra because I'm not really worried about an electric Corsa. Just watching this slipstream battle, gap out front, 8.5 second, Panic Potatoes run away. His hiding disappeared. 3 minutes 28 second first lap. He's matching it on the second on mediums. But then we have this chaos for second place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars with another 3 right behind them. Street Say Kaz has received the DTM Calibra also. Well, I've been asking him for 4 years. Ken, you must get your eyes tested if you can't see where the track goes. Who's going to come into the final sector ahead here? Oh, Sam getting all kinds of out of shape, but makes it through on Thunderdome. What a move, only just to have to give it back at the penalty lap. S&P still just got a little gap in the guys. He seems to be dropping off now though on his softs. He's probably going to pit on this or the next lap. So Thunderdome back up to P3. Sam P4. Matt Dunker's going up the inside, but Sam's going to have that. Nope, Sam slots in behind for the Porsche curves. Kalen down to 7th. He must have had a penalty as well. Or he did have a penalty, yes. But he's still right there. Anyone tell me if it's weekend yet? I need to sleep. Oh no, we have huge lag spike. If this lobby crashes, I'm just going to bed. 28.9 for Thunderdome, 20.30 for Pumpkin Patch, and 27.9 fastest lap for Panic Potato on his mediums. So lap 1 and 2 softs were great for S&P. He's still holding on to second, but he is definitely going to struggle to hold the guys right behind him off. Then we've got Thunderdome, half a second to Matt Dunker. Serious Sam's a second behind. Jensen 6/10. Cadillac Pace right behind him. Sam Steele behind at the top 8. 2 cars have dropped a little bit off. Mr. Sideways Racing, good evening. John and Who's You, they a little bit off the pack now. Superman still in 11th. Ghost Killer's coming on his softs. He's getting rid of them possibly for another set. Now that we expect rain around the 20-minute mark, so lap 6 or 7. Mostly you should be able to pit around lap 7. Which I think I made it the pool 1 weather was slightly earlier, so they might have to pit around lap 6. We've got Killer fans here. I'm not sure if that's for Sam Killer in 12th or Ghost Killer. We've got too many killers here. I think that's for Sam Killer though. We've got the Sam fan club in tonight. Superman recovering after his lap 1 issues. That reset in the chicane. Definitely not happy now on the softs. Sam Killer is running mediums. He's got front end damage. That's going to be slowing him down. Yes, still no damage, medium tyres. He should be able to go to the rain now after his early incident. So we'll see with your steel. Rusty right behind, and then Ghost Killer Pace. So these 4 or 3 are right together then. Gap to Sam, and then we're getting to Manny in the pack passing Sam Steele. Sam Who's Used 5 seconds up the road, and you can see then K Lemon Pace in 7th with another penalty. Jensen's got a penalty in 5th. Those half seconds cost you about a second, so just as you start pushing and catching back up, you're going to drop off the pack again. Not fun, but track limits are track limits. Jensen and Serious Sam battling. Serious Sam also with the penalty. And we've got Thunderdome. He's challenging Matt Don't Care for second. S&P's down to 6th in the meantime. With his worn softs, I'm sure he should be coming in this next lap. Good to see Matt and Serious Sam moving over to serve their penalties off the line. We see Cannon also doing that. And we've got a whole gaggle of cars coming into the Porsche curves. Sam and S&P side by side. We're risking life and limb through here with the lag. JWO, don't type paragraphs. I can only read 1 or 2 lines at a time. Sam goes wide, S&P goes through, and Jensen, bit of a lag spike there as well. Didn't look like any contact. They carry on for another lap. Just going to see if anyone's got the weather radar, so we can see on Sam Who's You. There's some rain appearing, but you should get at least another lap before that takes effect. Sam goes a little bit deep and gets a rub from Jean as he goes through. They're battling over 8th and 9th at the moment. Supermany currently up to 10th. Killer is still in 12th at the moment, a little bit marooned. And Rusty, Ghost Killer, and Yasteel. Spam sentences, yeah, one-liners, bro. Meanwhile, out front, having a nice sedate drive through the French countryside, Panic Potato and his purple People Eater, coming down the Mulsanne Strait. Clouds are gathering. I think it's only maybe a flood of biblical proportions that could stop him at the moment. That 10-second lead looking quite strong. Here we go. Did my best Murray Walker. Couldn't see enough spray following others. I actually quite like the spray in Gran Turismo. The way it hits the screen. We see Matt looked like he gave Thunderdome a bump draft there, and then pulled out to show he's not going to try attack into the next turn, so they're trying to work together to break away from the pack, and it is working. 1.5 seconds down Jensen. Sarah Samus, Jensen dies coming out the chicane. Reverses not, luckily no one's coming. But lovely livery looking good, but Jensen down to 9th place with damage and engine. He's going to lose a huge amount of time. The rain is coming, so by the time he gets there, it might be worth pitting, but his car's definitely going to be battling. Can actually right on board and hear it. So he's doing 230, Manny's coming past at 300. So Jensen currently down to 11th. Front end damage and engine. There's still a minute of the lap to go, so he might be second last by the time he gets round. We'll come back and check on him. Panic Potato is still keeping the gap. Matt don't care, is past Thunderdome. Don't know if they're not working together anymore. Matt goes a little bit deep there. Maybe he also looked at his watch like I did. Try to check the time. Luckily he doesn't clip the barrier. Thunderdome's up the inside though. Side by side again. You don't want to battle too much just in this little switching of positions. They've lost half a second to the leader. Clouds are on the horizon. Settings were heavy, or they should have been for all the pools. Panic Potato on his mediums comes in. I've never tested these settings, it might be a little bit early. Matt comes in, Thunderdome goes, so who went through? Yeah, Thunderdome goes through for one more lap. Matt don't care, Sam, KLM Pace, S&P all pit. See if anyone else goes through. Jean's also going through. The problem is now that he's 10 seconds behind Thunderdome, each second is more you might have to do in rain towards the end of the lap. Ken, bump drafting, if you read the rule books, is allowed, but if the guy reports you, you can be in trouble for it. So you got to make the decision: are you going to risk it? If you're working together, if the guy clearly moves over and doesn't want you to do it, and you keep doing it, or you bump him into a corner and he goes off, that is a problem. Pity Thunderdome doesn't have his radar on. So if we look at Matt's coming out the pits. He is 40 seconds behind. You can see the heavy rain is coming. It's going to be close for Thunderdome. It was very similar on the other pool settings, I think, though just one lap later. This was how lap 7 was, and you could get around for it. You had some rain in the last couple from the Porsche curves, I think, round about there. but enough that you can make it through and make up. For example, if Thunderdome makes it through and let's see where the guys are pitted. Panic Potato is 32 seconds behind Thunderdome on weights, and he is wearing these tyres on a dry track. He should get round without them being totally damaged and needing to stop. You can see it's currently still dry. Jean's now up to 1.5 second penalties. He's collecting those like infinity stones. Thunderdome moving along nicely, 11 seconds, 11 and a half ahead. He still has about a minute 20 left in the lap, so it's going to get touch and go, but if he manages to come in and miss the rain, it's already starting, but it will be light for a few short while. Jean, I think, might be in trouble here. 12 seconds back. If you watch a little bar in the bottom left corner next to the clock, you can see it's inching its way up. If it goes over the first line, you start battling. If it gets midway and higher, then you can really be in trouble. We're just going to go find something with the weather. So there we are. The rain is here. The heavy rain is about to hit. I reckon these guys have another 30 seconds. Will Thunderdome make it to the pits? He's got the Porsche curves to go. Here comes the heavy rain now, so traction control up, take it easy. I went into the gravel on the left when I was practicing earlier. As the rain hit, he makes it through nice and easy. A little brush on the wall and some damage, it's fine at this point. He is going into pits. The gap was 35 seconds to Panic Potato. We'll see how much that comes down by the time Panic gets to the pit lane. Jean is definitely battling now. Gap's up to 17 seconds. He's just trying to make it home. Thunderdome's into the pit straight, almost. Last curve to negotiate. He's got no fuel. The weather's going up, but he has successfully made it. I think that probably hit about 20 seconds too soon for him. He has lost time there, but we'll see how much. Panic Potato might even catch Jean before he gets to the pits. Nope, my bad. Jean is coming along. He's into pit lane now. It was 35 seconds. We can see Panic Potato hasn't even got to pit lane yet. Gap's down to 31. Thunderdome's going to have to get rid of some of that damage as well. 6 laps to go after this. So Panic Potato had a 10-second lead. We'll see Thunderdome's fueling. I think he will come out similar to what the original gap was. Panic Potato goes through. Matt Duncan is coming through. Matt Duncan and Thunderdome were together, so where do they come out? Thunderdome's interestingly gone for intermediates. He is down to 5th place, 14 seconds back. And he lost about 4 seconds on Matt Duncan, so that didn't work out for him, but it was definitely worth the gamble. Dynamic Jean's down to 8th. He lost around about 10 seconds to Thunderdome in the rain. I'm curious about the inters. We got Panic on weights, Matt on weights, Sam, Kalen, Thunderdome on intermediates, S&P on intermediates, Sam Who's You on weights, intermediates for Jean, Manny on inters, Sam Steele, Jensen inters, weights for Killer, Ghost Killer on intermediates, Rusty weights, and you're still on very worn weights. So, while we got the heavy rain, obviously the weight guys will be stronger, but that's already going past, so probably by lap 9 should be into territory for a while. So Matt now P2, Sarah Sam P3. Evening Robin, hope you're doing well. There's Matt getting all kinds of sideways there, but makes it through. Serious Sam with another 1 second penalty. Kalen Pace with 1.5. The Inter guys are struggling a little bit at the moment in the full wet conditions, but we'll see that improve shortly. Night has come in. Thunderdome currently is closing in on Kalen. He's got S&P right behind him still. I think Thunderdome's taken about 1.5 seconds off Panic Potato's lead in the last lap, but he's going to need to take a lot more than that to close in. We'll see at the penalty zone coming up. Kalen's going to get passed by Thunder and S&P here. S&P and Thunderdome are both on Inters, but a little bit away for S&P, not too bad. I think that's where Panic might be having a little bit of an issue. He had more wear on his weights. I love this kind of rain. It's Le Mans. I don't know if you've watched it. Why are there no tail lights? There are lights there. You can see the flames coming out the exhaust, even though it's a hybrid. A bit of a fueling issue. So Matt Dunker's leads down to 8.4 now. Panic's leads down to 8.4 from Matt. We are going, as you can see on the weather radar on the side, into the lighter rain. So our leader in second place on wets currently. Third place Sam on Inters should start coming into it. Thunderdome on fresh Inters up to P4. S&P on Inters P5. So these three we should see starting to make some time up now as the rain eases off a bit. Just while we're watching this phase, did you guys change your aerodynamic and ride height settings much? Did you find it made a difference? I know it was quite a large difference on the GR2 race in Tokyo, but I'm not too sure about I didn't have time to practice or fiddle. I dropped mine a little bit on each setting. So guys who actually do settings, how did you find it? We'll run you through the order from the back to front. We've got Yasteel 2 minutes off at the moment. It's not a Yasteel race. Rusty 120 off the lead. Ghost Killer 110 off the lead. Sam Killer 1 minute 9, just ahead of Ghost Killer pace. Those are your 4 relegation zone drivers at the moment. Jensen is currently 11th, 24 seconds ahead of them. Then it's 15 seconds to Super Manny, and this is where the pack closes up. Manny to Steel Sam, 2/10. Jean is a second ahead. Then it's a little gap, 3.6 to Kalen Pace. From Jean to Who's You, sorry. Then 6 seconds to Kalen Pace. 1 to S&P, 1 to Thunderdome. 3/10 to Serious Sam, who's got another penalty. 3.4 to Matt, and 8 seconds to Panic. So Thunderdome, who was 14.5 seconds behind the leader when he pitted after the brave attempt to start in the rain, is now only 11.5. And of course Sam's serious penalty keeps running those track limit penalties up there. Gap to the lead, Panic to Matt, it's down to 6.9. See the light rain's happening at the moment, so it's definitely intermediate weather, but we do have some harder rain coming. The settings compared to the other lobbies, it was just one block over, and the order's slightly different. I'll tell you now, we've got sunny, cloudy 1, cloudy 6. Then it was cloudy 4 for all the other pools. This was rain 8, then rain 6, and then rain 7. So we've had the rain 8, we're in the rain 6, and rain 7 is coming, and then it goes back to cloudy 4. So these guys might actually have a drying track at the end. We'll just have to see. Another second down. Serious Sam goes very wide there. Thunderdome finally gets through. Thunderdome's now within 10 seconds of the lead on his enters. He also does have enough fuel to make it to the end, so that's going to be interesting. Panic should have, I think all these guys have enough fuel. Thought maybe some of them hadn't fueled fully at their early pit stop. Still, Sam serves a penalty. Jean goes through. Manny's made a good comeback after his early loss of time, only 24 seconds off the lead. And been already about 10 off the lead at the start, just from how the grid is, and then getting reset in the chicane. Manny running 3 minutes 55 last time, 3:53 for Steel Sam, 54 for Who's You, 56 for Sam, 59 for Kalen, 55 for S&P. Thunderdome, it says 4:23. Don't think that's accurate. That was with his outlap. We're going to see what his first flying lap is. It was a 47, 3:47, but that is including an outlap, I think. Matt Don't Care 48, Panic 50. The gap to lead is sitting in that 6.8. It's actually just gone up, but Thunderdome is still within 10 seconds of the leader. It's closed in on Matt, so Matt's had a small problem. Sting's a Ferrari 499 would be amazing here. If Kaz stops smoking all his SUV pips and gave us some decent cars, that would be great. And Callan suddenly up to 4th. He's got past S&P and Sam. A little bit heavier rain is coming now, so this should suit the first 2 places. 3.5 laps still to go of this race. Sam with another penalty right behind Kalen. Project Motor Racing, the only thing that worries me is that it's the same guys that did Project Motorsport, and that was a horrible mess. It does look good from what they show, but I don't think we'll be switching just yet. I'm hoping we have a Gran Turismo 8 announcement sooner than later. Either that'll, I mean, they don't need to bring the GTA, they just need to do decent large updates to 7. Gap to the lead, another 2.5 of Matt Don't Care, P2. Thunderdome still 9.5 seconds off the lead, so Matt's had a good lap this time around. He's opened up the gap on Thunderdome, closed it down in Panic. Matt, I think, is enjoying the wet tyres in the heavier rain now. Panic Potato 2 seconds slower on the last lap, 2.5 seconds slower than Matt on the last lap. Just we had the slipstream set at week this week. How did you guys find the dirty air? Did it make a difference? Did you notice it? The real slipstream didn't seem. I gave it a quick test. So it's a bit hard when you're doing settings with one person. But I had a foreign guy join the lobby, so I used him as a guinea pig to try and see the slipstream. I didn't notice too much. But I was wondering with these GR1 cars if it made any difference to the dirty air. But it did feel maybe like I could stay a bit closer. I agree with you. Got anywhere? Driver swaps for endurance racing would be awesome. It can't be that hard to work it out. Also 20, 25 car, 30 car lobbies would be great. So Panic's managing the gap. Thunderdome as expected, not battling, but had a little bit slow lap than the 2 ahead of him with the heavier rain. We've got one strong band coming now, and then that's it. So What's really going to be interesting now is the guys on weights. Will they have a wet track to the end? Would they have to stop for soft tyres? Someone like Thunderdome on intermediates, he should be able to make it without losing too much pace if you can get 2 more laps in before it dries. Maybe you can stay out on slower tyres and the other guys will have to try and make up the lead. We're going to see what happens shortly. Heavy rains here. But the rain will be done before we get to the end of this lap, which leaves lap 11 and 12 with no rain. Go through the field a bit. Panic Potato 13 seconds ahead of 6 seconds to Matt, 6 seconds to Thunderdome, 3.8 to Kalen, who's doing a great job at the moment on the same pace as Thunderdome, but great job 4th place on the Inters as well. S&P on Inters 5th, Sirius Sam Inters 6th, intermediates for Jean, Manny waits for Sam who's you, Jensen enters, Steel Sam enters, Ghost Killer enters, waits for Sam Killer, down in 13th now. Rusty on weights, he's battling a bit at the moment. Rusty also on weights. So you might see those guys roll the ball and try to put slicks, but I think even then they're still a bit far behind. The rain has now stopped. So we're going back to inter territory, and what will happen on the I don't think the wet guys will stop on the last lap, but a dry track the inters will be quite a bit quicker. Matt's taken a second back on Panic again. Thunderdome 7 seconds off. See the guys further back, like Sam Kelly, it's almost slick territory on the racing line when you're at the back of the pack. As you go further forward, it's a little bit wetter. That's the interesting thing about GT. If we go look at Panic Potato's bar, where he is now on the track, it's almost full. Not full for inters. I think the top 2 should change too much, but we'll have to see what happens on this last lap. I think if there's another lap after this, it could be on for a comeback. 3, 4, 5 seconds a lap faster on inters and weights on a dry track, especially with the weights wearing. Panic's busy drying the road for everyone behind him, gap down to 5.2. We can already see Thunderdome's gone from 14 seconds to 11 seconds behind as the track dries. His inters are really coming to it now. Callan matching him, staying within 3 seconds. S&P right behind. Sirius Sam's making a comeback now. He dropped off them a little bit. He's right on S&P. So 3 of our long-time top Pool 1 drivers, Callan Pace, S&P 3 Pro and Sirius Sam, all close together. Great to see. Battling it out for close to the podium. Both all had some adventures between qualifying and a lot of penalties. Connie, we're giving driver of the day to Matt, maybe Kalen. I think Thunderdome's doing a good job from here's fairly far back in the grid. Our top 2 as well. So gap now down to 11 seconds. Almost 2 full laps still to go. If we look, we're almost at slick territory. I don't think anyone will pit for the last lap for slicks. The leaders would lose 15, 18 seconds, and they're not going to make that back. So I think everyone's committed. No one likes seeing you suffer, Ken Dog. I like seeing you smiling. We're going to come down to Cape Town or Joburg, wherever you are, and we'll organise you a braai and a beer, and I'll make it up to you. The gap to the lead briefly was 4.9, but now it's 5.8, so I think Matt must have had a bit of a tank slapper coming out the chicane. Thunderdome now back within around 10-second mark. Leader 49, the leaders did 50s last time around, but that does chop and change as it dries. Kalen still 3.1 behind Thunderdome. That gap's also staying similar. Serious Sam getting another penalty. It's dropped half a second off Kalen. It's going to drop maybe into a battle with S&P 3 Pro now. Still a while to go before the penalty zone. Jean's in 7th with 2 seconds and 1 second behind him. Manny's closing in. Manny up to 8th now, only 19 seconds. You do get an advantage with the drying track a few further back, but Manny's had great pace. It's definitely been one of the quickest guys, 45 last time around. His inters are looking a little bit second hand, but he's opened a 20-second gap. Jensen currently 9th. 40 seconds off the lead. Steel Sam 25 seconds back. Ghost Killer now 11th, 2 seconds off Steel Sam. Sam Killer 12th. Sam Who's You 13th. Rusty and your Steel. What about the rain 2 years back at Nürburgring GP circuit in the GR2s? Fellow admin Pumpkin Patch. I'm mixing up my vegetables here. Pumpkin Patch was having a fantastic race, battling for a podium in Pool 1, and then he just got caught out 10 seconds away from the pits in the rain and ended up last. So shout out to Pumpkin Patch for us for remembering that. And meanwhile, Panic Potato did a lovely donut over the line last week from first into second with a 3-second gap, so nothing's set yet. Gap's up to 6.5 though. Thunderdome's flying again. He's now 8.5 off the lead, only 1.8 off Matt. So Panic seems to manage the dry conditions on the weights a little bit better than Matt. If we go to Matt's car, you can see on Matt's onboard no rain forecast. They're coming to start the last lap. You can see Pumpkin Patch does a 3 minutes 40. 3:42 for Matt, 3:37 for Thunderdome. Kalen 3:37 as well, 3:37 Sam, 3:39 for S&P. He's had an issue there. Superman now in 7th, got ahead of Jean. Also in the 37s last time around, Jean 39. Jensen's secure at the moment, 20-second gap ahead, 27 behind, so he's just going to cruise his final lap on his dead inters. Track definitely would suit softs now. I'm surprised it wouldn't count. No one can stop now for a right recruitment fastest lap because it would be an out lap. Thunderdome I think is already in P2. Sorry, I was just trying to get to him, and he's gone past Matt down the straight. They're side by side. But I think Thunderdome's got the drive, got the tyre. I don't think Matt can fight back. Gap down to the leads at 7.5. But I don't think anything's going to happen there. Matt either lagged or just took a very evasive line and gets reset like Manny, so he drops from 3rd to 5th. Very unfortunate, Matt. It looked like a bit of a lag spike and then all of a sudden he went straight. So I don't know if running close to Thunderdome, if something lagged on his car, maybe there was contact. Didn't look like it from the stream. Matt down to 6 now. He's limping home. Those weights are dead. He's trying to run on the weight to save them, but we're running against guys on inters. I think Manny's also only 3 seconds behind, might still catch him. The lead's come down to 6.2. Callum Pace has got past. 3 seconds back to Callum Pace. Callum Pace and Sam both have half-second penalties. There's S&P is only half a second behind Sam, so he might just get in range to make use of that half-second. Matt don't care, is 6th place. Sam goes wide. S&P through and Matt goes through. Superman is 7th. He's charging here. Manny and Sam both have half-second penalties. It's all bunching up. Jean's managed to hang in there. Watching the leaders. into the last sector, but we've got this huge battle here. Let's go check what's happening. Gap down to 4 seconds at the front. Like I said, one more lap would have done it. Panic's wets are absolutely finished. I think half a lap might have even done it. Thunderdome closing, but running out of time. It's only 30 seconds left in the lap. Kalen's dropped a little bit off with the penalty. S&P's now 4th, Sam 5th, Jean 6th, Manny 7th. We're going to go watch a lead down to 3 seconds into the Porsche curves. Panic just needs to get through cautiously, don't hit anything. He's got no grip on the front there. I think if it had rained 10-15 seconds later in the race, Thunderdome strategy would have been perfect, but we have Panic coming through, hanging on. He's going to be so relieved. 1 second, 1.5 second over the line, hangs on for 1 second win over Thunderdome. Thunderdome 3:38 on the last lap, Panic 3:45, 7 seconds slower with those dead tyres. Kalen ends up on the podium, 3rd place. His inters were pretty finished at the end because he put them on earlier than Thunderdome. S&P takes 4th. Sirius Sam ends up in 5th with only 12 seconds back. I think he probably had about 3 hours worth of penalties in that race. Same with Kalen. Jean 6th place. Supermani ends up 7th. Jensen has a 8th place. He got Matt Don't Care right at the end. Matt on those wets died a death, sadly. His last lap was a 4 minutes 13. The reset definitely didn't help, but if you look at his tyres, his fronts and rears were finished. Ghost Killer Pace currently holding on to 11th with Sam Steele right behind him. Those are the last of the 2 guys that will stay up this week. Ghost Killer goes across for 42 on the last lap, 42 for Sam Steele. Sam Husu, unfortunately, is going to drop back to pool 2, P12. So I think the fastest lap for the day, Panic Potatoes 3 minutes 27.9, should get him a voucher. Kalen says happy with 3rd. Kalen in his strength track limits, great drive. Sam Killer 13th place. Yeah, Steele's already finished a lap down. Rusty comes past Sam Killer. I'm not sure. Killer's got the same problems Panic and Matt had. So Rusty on his put racing softs on. Rusty on racing softs isn't going to beat Panic Potatoes time. I think it was an outlap anyway. What's his time here? So 3:36, but it was an outlap. Sam Killer has no grip, front rear tyres are finished, bumpers are damaged, rear wings damaged. So he comes home in 14th, our last finisher, because you're still finished a lap down. Matt, I did not curse you. Your wet tyres cursed you. Very unfortunate. There was such a good drive up until then. Maybe I did, because I did say that the top 3 places should stay the same when I thought we had one less lap of rain than we did. It was hard luck. So there's our top 8. Panic Potato managing to come home first by 1 second from Thunderdome. Thunderdome flying through the field, but just didn't make it. I think his strategy was spot on. He just needed to be a few seconds further ahead before the rain got there. If he hadn't lost that, I think he made up probably about 10 seconds early in the lap, but then lost 15 when the rain came, making it home. Or maybe that little bit of damage he got from kissing the Porsche curve wall, the repair there is what cost him the win in the end. Well done to Panic, Thunderdome, Kalen, podium. Then we have S&P 3 Pro, Sam, Jean, Manny, Jensen ran out the top 8. Matt Don't Care got cursed, but I'm sure he doesn't care too much. Ghost Killer Pace 10th, Sam Steele 11th, Sam Who's You 12th, Rusty 13th, Sam Killer 14th, yeah, Steele 15th, and just from the starting position I'm going to give Thunderdome driver of the day for that strategy and giving us such an exciting finish. So well done to everyone. We'll see you all next week for another manufacturers round 10 and 11, and then we have a final wild card for round 12. Then we get into the knockouts. So have a good evening, everyone. We're finally done. I can go sleep now. We'll chat to you later.